Hey.
Wow.
Oh my god, I'm in here with a bunch of strangers.
It feels that
What
way.
what day is this?
What month is it?
What month is it? Gary, this year's going by really fast. Is that
It
good or
is.
bad?
I don't know. It's almost August though. That's kind of crazy.
Gary, you
Super
got like
crazy.
a Chuck Norris thing going on there.
I always said that. I always
You
thought that you
think?
reminded me of Chuck
I
Norris.
let it grow a little. It's a little bit longer than it's been. I don't know. It's kind of. I do the opposite. Most people let it grow out in the winter time, and I kind of let it grow a little bit longer this summer. I think. We'll see. See if it stays for TFCon a couple months or not. So
Well, do you even have winter in Florida? Like,
this is like winter right now because it is so freaking hot. Like you don't even want to go outside to do anything. Like just to walk like from your car into a store is like ridiculous. So
How,
this is where I pay the dues to enjoy it. Come November through March again next year. So
oh, because you're relating it to living up in the north and it being winter, and
you
all you
got it
want to
right.
do is go from your
Exactly.
house to your
When it's like
car.
cold and it's like it hurts your face when you go outside and you don't want to deal with it. It's kind of like that. It's kind of strange.
Yeah,
But
I
I'll
love
deal
that
with it
part.
versus the snow though. I won't complain.
Look, people are like, I'm glad to see Dave and Gary.
Nice.
yeah,
Thanks.
thank you guys, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here too, man. I miss these guys. Oh,
Did you guys catch last night's show with the
yeah,
bureau?
I
yeah.
did.
That's good stuff.
With the
That's
NECA
good
dude with
stuff.
his mom's dresser in the back.
Yeah. What was that about? That was crazy. Oh, where the other NECA guys had like NECA like wallpaper or a big NECA sign. This guy just had the bureau with the toys. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I'm a little lacking on energy because I worked too late, so I didn't get a chance to really decompress. You know, it's just one of those things. A couple more weeks, these projects will be done, and then things will get back to normal. I'll start going back to the office. That'll be good.
You looking forward to it?
Can you guys hear me?
Are you looking forward to going back to the office?
Yeah, yeah, I am. I
I'm
think,
not. I'm
dude.
used to this staying at home life.
Dude, I'm actually looking. Believe it or not, I'm looking forward to eating salads again
Oh, me too, bro. I haven't eaten
because
vegetables in months.
like I've tried to do it here and it's just not the same. Like I want to go up to that salad bar and I want to build my salad with whatever they give you for the day, you know. Ooh,
You
today
got to
I'm
make sure somebody's watching you eat that fucking roughage, right? Like
Dude,
you can't eat it by yourself. You got to
listen.
yeah.
make sure people know you're
What's the
eating it.
point of being healthy by yourself? That's
Right.
dumb.
Even even with what I strive for, I would agree that like salads and stuff like that at your house, it's just a huge pain in the ass. It really
It
is. You spend
is.
so much time in cleaning and prep and stuff like that. It's like
Yeah.
it's almost like not worth it. So,
Gary karate chops the lettuce in half and just fucking bites it.
dude, I just buy it in a bag. You know what I mean? I cut the bag open and dump my chicken on top and just call it a day.
It just brings up the oatmeal. Yes, I napalmed myself with oatmeal at one time. I have not added since. That's fucking scary. Oh man. So anyway, welcome to Tuesday night breaking the mold.
Yes, yes.
The Tuesday night delight, as Jose says. Jose is on assignment. JD said he'll be back shortly, and I'm joined here with Dave Energon Addict back from hiatus. Um, did you take a trip around the world? I think is what you did. And
I
I
wish.
can't find my
I'm a
baby.
little I'm a little pale for that, but
No.
I wish.
Um, and then we got Gary coming
Yes.
back. Gary's afraid of the light.
I could turn one on maybe. I tried a different spot in the house today. We'll see how it goes. If it's
No.
better or not.
And so we have the Gary silhouette. With this giant headphones.
Yeah, I
That's
could do
wild
that one.
stuff, man. And I think it's someone's birthday, but he has birthday plans. So I don't
Yes, one
know.
second.
We might get a little birthday guest a little later. We'll see. And with that, I don't know. What are we talking about tonight, fellas?
Man, I haven't talked in months. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm ready. I actually, you know what? Let's catch up. Why don't we
Let's
catch
catch
up?
up. All
Yeah.
right.
All right. So, I mean, if you want to just, get the ZoloCon stuff over with first, it's up to you.
I
You
was
want to
gonna
tell
wait
us
till
about how you?
I was gonna wait till Don came on,
All right.
in case he wanted to chime in. Yeah.
All right. We'll do that then. So, how about we talk about what have you guys been interested in lately? Like, what has been piquing your interest at the collections and stuff? I've been all over the place. So, if you guys start talking about something, I'm sure I can probably chime in. But I've been spending quite a bit of money because I have nothing to do and nowhere to go. So, that's like you just spend most of the time on the phone staring at things that you don't need. So I have a lot of things that I don't need, but I thought I needed at one point.
Right.
It. Wow, Dave, that's something because yeah, I think I've outgrown that. I think maybe to an extent. Like I'm not buying like every chug I see anymore and every upgrade kit that goes with it and stuff like that. That was always a hard one for me. Like when I was just getting into collecting, I was just like, wow, just look at all of this. I want to put my hands on all of it and learn about all of it and stuff like that. And it's like nowadays, like I don't really have that desire, but I tell you what, I don't know if it's something that I'm interested in, but I cannot stop buying these damn Black Series figures. And I don't even like Star Wars anymore.
Really? Because I remember you saying, Brian, at one point you felt pretty good having like your like episode 4 crew, right? In front of your Falcon, I thought you said. You had your.
Yeah,
You're pretty
I'm
happy
satisfied.
with that, right?
I am, but I can't stop buying them. I can't put Ray away just yet. I'm just holding on by a thread. It's like that's a pretty good Figure Arts figure anyway, but it's like I have a little impulse rack here. I have my Mandalorian Scout Trooper leaning up against his speeder bike, and the Mandalorians keep coming in, so I got all these T-shaped helmeted people that keep showing up, and now the Bad Batch people are starting to roll in, even though I'm not really a big fan of the show. And stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I like the Crosshair figure quite a bit. I like that character, but I wish I could like the show a little bit better than I do. I gotta be honest, it's not.
Gary, I love that character too. He's my
You
new.
want me to turn the camera on?
He's the savior of Star Wars.
Yeah, I like him. I like him and the I can't think of his name. The other admiral now that is with the
Rampart.
Yes. I've got him on pre-order. Interesting. So for me, Dave, I've actually been in this phase of rebuying some things as I try to think about like some specific representations of some characters. So like there's been a lot of He-Man talk lately, right? Some of the chats and the cartoon, right? And kind of looking back, and I've shared the story plenty of times. That was my gateway into the third party Transformers is, recycling my classics collection from years and years ago, which it's a little bit funny because anybody who collects Motu classics now will know that was not the best decision on my part because they are far more popular than third party transforming robots, it seems, in terms of holding their value. But I went back and was debating, and go ahead, Brian.
Wait, Gary, do I remember hangouts of the past when people would be like, I think it was you. Or people like, I want to get into classics, and you're like, don't do it. They're just not worth that price anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. I totally agree. Yeah. And look, I think that's true. I don't think that they are worth the value that they bring, but I think when you look at the other options that are out there now, right? Especially since people have seen some of the Revelations figures and they're kind of, anime-ish and, not really sold on the first 4. And then the Origins, which are obviously more retro feel and bright colors and stuff like that. When you go back and look at the classics, as far as being like an adult look, you don't have a lot of other options. But no, so I went back and I picked up a He-Man, and I was debating which version, so I finally landed on the Filmation He-Man and Skeletor before Super 7 took over and tracked those two back down.
Before those.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
before they
Super
got
7.
all sweaty.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yep. yeah, I went for a little bit more of the cartoon look for them and stuff. So yeah, so that's kind of been interesting. So I did that, and the stupid GI Joes have kind of gotten me interested again with some of the other, Target releases that came out that were a little bit more accessible to pre-order with, the RAM cycle with Breaker and stuff. So I kind of sparked my interest in that again.
So let's get back to the classics for
yeah.
a second, Gary.
Yeah.
So you said that you're going back to classics because you like.
I'm not going in. I just wanted like a representation, I think, of He-Man and Skeletor. Yeah. And I may go back and very costly track down the original cats again, because you and I were talking. I tried the Revelations Battle Cat to see if I could kind of get it to fudge and fit, and it just doesn't quite look right with the look, the aesthetic. So
yeah, I picked it up too just to mess around with it, and he's a big boy.
Yeah, the sculpt is good. I'm not a fan of the shade of green that they did. I think that's what does it for me. It's like
it's a little bit lighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it at ZoloCon. Yeah, that thing is large. And then watching like Pixel Dan's reviews, and he tried to put this Classics He-Man on it, and he's like his legs.
Correct. It's really interesting. Yeah, none of them really fit well to actually ride them. But yeah, so I'm not going back into the whole line, but I think I was just trying to figure out like what's a good. So Brian, your picture was kind of in my head that you did. You shared from a few years ago, where you had just kind of like a bunch of like cool like 80s like different toys all at once like on that table.
There it goes.
Yeah, there you go. That's always a good one to think about, except for that freaking ET. God damn it.
I have a similar setup now going on, Ryan, and like that.
So
I have the Toxic Avenger with the animated Battle Cat with the animated classic He-Man and Voltron all in a little case together, like a 80s, offset kind of crew. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But Gary, I got 4 Battle Cats at the moment. I have
4 Battle Cats.
I have the Origins.
Right.
I have the classic. I bought the one we just spoke about, the Revelations, and I have the Battle Lion as well.
Oh.
Battle Lion. So what I used to like to do, right? The 2000X to combine Battle Lion and the Battle Cat and make like the 2000X version was always my favorite display back in the day. But that would be like a $600 display these days,
now,
right? Because you take the Battle Lion, like the helmet, the half helmet, and put it on Battle Cat with like the paw things on his front. It's actually pretty good. And
Dave, do you have this one, Dave?
No, but I saw that last night. It's pretty cool. I want one. Yeah. How much does that little thing cost? I bet she's like $15-$20, right?
No, the guy sold it for $8, which I think is double what it costs. I think it's like $4 retail, maybe something like that. But,
And they have a Panther too, right?
I don't know, but the poor guy at that table at ZoloCon looked like he hadn't sold anything all day. He's just like, it's sad. Real quick. I mean, you guys know we sell at shows, and sometimes you come with a lot of stuff, and when you start seeing that table empty out, you're kind of happy, right?
Right.
But I tell you, man, you go to that show, you walk around all day, and you take a look at the end, and you still look like, wow, did you just set up just now? It's like, I don't know. It's like, I feel bad for some of these vendors. Maybe they, we know selling is fun, and just coming to the show is fun, and dude, spend a couple $100, get some tables, travel there, set up. If you sell, you great. If you don't sell, fine. I still had a great time, hanging out all day in a venue, I guess. But
it was interesting. I don't want to tangent this too much, but I went to that toy show up in Tampa 2 Saturdays ago. I put a few pictures in the ROC group, and it was interesting. I mean, it was not a con; it was really just a toy show. Very similar to like a ZoloCon feel of stuff that was there. And I was there. I got there right when it opened, so I was there for probably about 90 minutes. But same thing. I was kind of just walking around. I could make the rounds a few times. I didn't see too much stuff selling. You know what I mean? Like the tables were not looking any different. In fact, the only thing I saw disappear from one booth is one vendor had some late model 86 Studio Series, and he had the Slag. What do we call it? Is it Slug? Right, the Triceratops Dinobot, the new one, And that was the first time I'd seen it in person. It looked pretty cool, but he wanted like $30 over retail. And but I walked by, it was gone. That was the only thing that really was, I saw that had gone pretty quick.
Yeah, I would imagine that thing's pretty hot. The it's funny. I was telling you how I've been buying a lot of Black Series now, and I just wait for the stuff to come in stock at one store that's large and not so good. You know what I mean? And it's funny. Nick, the tour guy, was at Zolicon, and he was stocked to the gills with everything. And I was just like, damn, I should have just waited and bought it all here. Speaking of which, if you've ordered Dinobots from him, he might be asking you for money soon. I should have just paid him on Saturday when I saw him. Yeah, Gary, you're right. It's like, I don't either. You see these people bring like some of the oddest, oldest stuff, and I'm just like, who's really looking for some of this stuff, right? And then otherwise they have like all the new stuff, and some people have gotten all that stuff already. I don't know. I think
They had like I saw two different vendors had sealed Snake Mountains, right? The classics, and they were both asking $1,200 for them, and they both vendors came down like $100 like pretty quick, and that was it though. But I'm like, I don't think anyone here is probably going to be just kind of gauging the patrons there, dropping $1,000 at your booth here on this thing. So they were still there when I left.
Though, it's like, I don't know what the going price is for that, but if you think about it, that's a good thing to pick up at a show, because you don't have to pay for shipping. You don't have to worry about it getting damaged and stuff like that. And
I think, what was it retail? Do you guys remember? It was like 500.
400 or 500.
Yeah, when it was pre-order, right, back in the day, and then I think, so I figured maybe $700-800. It could have been a little bit tempting. Like you said, just because it's there, and you don't have to ship it and stuff, but it's just not that much.
That reminds me of the birthday boy when we were at NJCC when he was walking out with that Capsule Grayskull that time, and we all thought he was foolish for buying it at what I think he bought it for $300 or $400 at the time.
I think so, yeah.
That thing goes for what, like $1,500 to $2,000 now?
That's crazy.
$2,000.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, now that we're going to the toy show, I don't know. Maybe I'll just you start getting like, well, if I can't find it, I'm never gonna get it, kind of stuff, and maybe just pre-order everything, because we've come to a point where you have to pre-order everything,
right,
or you're not gonna get certain things. Now, obviously that changes line to line. If you're collecting Masterpiece Transformers, you better do that, especially the third-party side, right? And obviously with Mythics, it's the best way to go. Otherwise, it's just a headache. I mean, we're kind of fortunate. Well, Gary, not so much you anymore, but the rest of us, we can go to these shows and see the Four Horsemen at shows. But sure, now I have an opportunity to get them without pre-ordering, but then I gotta wait in line, and
right.
I hate waiting in line. So,
I mean, for a con too, like depending on what you're going for, it kind of stinks because you want the mythic stuff, like especially like somebody like you or me, right? We go there specifically because we know we're going to pick up mythic, but at the same token, you might be looking for something else. So what do I do? Do I do the show first and then wait online, or do I wait online and then do the show?
Right.
Because you have a chance of waiting online for over an hour or two and then missing out on a potential, sale of something else that you were looking for that somebody else might have grabbed right before you got to it.
Right.
And that's what
or you miss out just hanging out talking to people.
Yeah, that's the other part. That's like.
But this like retail stuff, like I'll pick up a few Marvel Legends here and there. Like some of them catch my eye. I was talking with Chris, this complex thing that he has. Like I've got enough for a whole nother shelf of those. I just don't have a place to put them right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I look for figures that are just kind of spacey and would fit in to those types of things, and I just get some of those.
You better hold on to your money, bro. Cosmic Legions is coming soon, man. It's such a problem for me that I'm actually debating on, breaking a wall down in here or something, because where the fuck am I gonna fit them? You know?
That's true. I mean, these we're gonna start asking ourselves, is it cosmic? And most likely, it's not. Only the things that come for horsemen will be cosmic, right? So we'll see. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, Dave, what if you don't like them?
Nah, I don't know. I
Yeah?
have a feeling. I have a feeling we're gonna like them. I mean,
Yeah. I have a feeling so too.
yeah.
Um,
Especially that they're gonna be modular and you can pop
Right.
them apart and stuff, and they're not so much like they're not the mythic in space that people originally thought they were. It's totally its own thing, which I like better. So aliens and fucking tentacles, and who has 3 heads and who has 5 arms. Like I'm ready for it. You know,
are you, man? Yeah.
it's because it's something new too. It's
Yeah.
something that it's we keep rebuying the same old shit over and over, the same characters.
That's true.
That is true.
The new stuff kind of sparks my interest a little bit more lately. But
I think that's why this, however you feel about Super 7, like, and I know a lot of people have liked and wanted Silverhawks for a long time, but that's something kind of new, right? Even their Super 7, their G.I. Joe stuff, while it's cartoony and fitting that certain look, you have G.I. Joe stuff, right? That's classified, and you've had 3 and 3.
Can you
you
hear me?
froze? I hear you.
I hear you.
I don't hear Gary.
Uh-oh. There's not a hurricane coming, is there? Oh, he's
No.
back. Gary,
Yeah, I'm back.
No,
you
he's
froze
back.
there for a second.
Did I freeze? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was talking to myself.
Repeat the last 10 seconds.
Oh, I was going to say the Silverhawks, and just the idea of seeing something new that hasn't been done like 6 or 7 times, right? And not constantly, not having the Starscream conversation, right? Is this version better than the old version? Is it better than Make Toys, which is what seems to be the best one to get type of thing? It something to be said for, I think, a new property and some new creativity around it.
Did you pre-order the Silverhawks by chance?
I have them on BBTS because they're easy to change your mind on.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, just because I like the villains. I think I'll be curious to see what the final finish with the paints look like on the heroes.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, Gary, Quicksilver. Who would be your Silverhawk of choice to put with your 80s collection?
I think that'd probably be it, to tell you the truth.
Is Quicksilver? I thought you'd be more of a Steel Will kind of guy.
Yeah, maybe.
No?
I tell you who it's not. It's not that guy with the banjo or the guitar who is. Definitely
Bluegrass?
Not. Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
His name is Bluegrass.
Yeah.
Bluegrass.
Oh, that's my new favorite character. He was smoking that bluegrass. Fucking guy.
Yeah, he was voiced by Larry Kenney, who did Lion-O.
Okay.
Oh man, where are we going? Yeah, actually, I am kind of excited for Silverhawks. I forgot about that. But it's like when you brought up that Starscream stuff, like I am. And Dave, I know that you've contradicted me in this. It's like when I told you that I'm done collecting Transformers, like I finished it.
Yeah.
You're like, you're always gonna be upgrading, bro. You're always gonna be upgrading, and like I am really enjoying like not having to put anything else up there. Like I'm really enjoying like not upgrading anything and like just drawing a line in the sand saying I'm done.
Brian,
And
did you
all
get
those,
did
all
you
those
order the
pre-orders I saw you in earlier this year? Those are stuff you don't have.
Well, no, it is stuff that I have, I guess. But Dave, I own a bunch of Fantoys figures that have never been opened. Like I go to do it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna upgrade. I'm like, you know what? I don't think I do. I don't think I'm gonna.
So did you order the Soundwave, Brian?
I did.
Okay.
And that's because I know some friends of mine who always seem to miss out on their pre-orders.
That's true too.
And it remind me, I think don't you have like an extra Jetfire like as a backup toy?
Yeah, actually, I
I
bought a second one
Right.
and I put it in plane mode, and it's not on display, but it's over there. it turns out that Jetfire doesn't sit on the stand in plane mode. Like it'll fall right. Like I've got rubber bands on it holding it on and stuff like that. And that was kind of disappointing. And also at the time, I was like, Fantoys wasn't putting out anything new, and I was chomping at the bit for a really nice, expensive transformer. Like I didn't care about
Right.
filling out a shelf. It's like I really just wanted a brand new, like high quality transformer in my hand. Like that's what I really wanted. And so I bought the Jetfire again and played with it and all that other stuff. And
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I will admit another rebuy is I bought the remastered Make Toys Starscream, the Meteor, the new one, because I missed having it. Like I got it at the TFCon a couple years ago when it showed up kind of unexpectedly, and I really liked that figure. It's just an action figure. I don't really transform them, and since it came in bot mode, I don't think I ever put it in plain mode. Maybe once, maybe once. And but when it got really crazy, right, in the market for that particular character, I let it go. I'm like, I don't like it that much. And the new Starscream, the 3.0 was kind of tempting. This is before the reviews and stuff came out, but I'm like, I don't really need to spend that much money. And I had some source points, so I actually bought it from TF Source, which I haven't bought anything from them in a really long time, but just to get it a little bit cheaper. But it's good. It's a good representation of that character. I like it. But it's kind of funny that I've gone back through.
Yeah. But seriously though, that Soundwave, as good as it looks, I think this is gonna be a pivotal moment for me. Like, I am not going to put it on my shelf, and if I can stay strong and not put that figure on my shelf, then that means that I am strong enough to not upgrade anything else on that shelf at the same time.
So do you think you'll... Go ahead, Dave. I had a
No, I was
question
gonna
too.
say, I mean, like, technically you're not upgrading because you're not putting it on your shelf, but you still bought it.
Well, hey, look, man, I gotta have something on that table at NJCC. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna have a nice table.
It is going to be a good table. It's like,
For that new third party guy who's just jumping in, he's gonna be like your best friend.
That's right.
people can be
Yeah,
asking,
I'll sell you. I'll sell you.
card?
I'll
take
sell
a
you
card?
all these fans toys. The only stipulation is you have to buy everything else on my table as well. I'll give you the fan toys for free. You have to buy everything else because I don't want to take it home. That'll be the deal.
And Brian will still bring that War Duke and put it in a container and then like take it back home with him like he does every single
right.
NJCC. It's like,
right.
nah, I can't get rid of this guy. I like him too much.
Gary, I mean, there might be a new War Duke in the future. I mean, isn't Hasbro doing some dungeons?
I think so, right? I think so. I know they have the one elf that I really don't want the elf. I just want that panther, and EE Prime won't split it up for me.
Wolfie and I are on the same page.
So-
Sorry, Wolfie.
Brian, so let me ask you this: since you're not interested in upgrading, do you think that you'll ever get bored of that Transformer shelf and just be like, "I've had it, I finished it, I enjoyed it, and I could use the space for something else in the future"?
It's funny that you say that, Gary, because I've had these up for, God, I guess about a year now, right? These two, well, I don't know. I guess it's been since, when did Bobby come on? I've had these shelves done since then, the Transformer shelves. Bobby come on ETR, that was, I can't remember when that was. But it was right around the same time I got the curtain, I remember. And to be honest, it's the Autobot shelf's the only one that I really care about looking at. Maybe because it's the one that's on top and I don't feel like scooching down to look at the Decepticons underneath. But it's like, I was never a Decepticon fan anyway, so maybe that's why I kind of don't want to upgrade. But if I put that Soundwave on the shelf, it's going to put my Seekers to shame because I never upgraded my Seekers, right? I'm MP11/BB7.
Ah,
guy.
gotcha. Okay.
So, yep. And the 86 movie shelf that's right there, the only reason why
Right.
that is still up is because that's another one that's complete, and I like the way they look together, you know? So, yes, that's
How are they
tough, though.
holding up as displays? Like, are
Really
they-
good, actually.
keeping their pose and
And
stuff?
I am going to upgrade that Perceptor because even though that new Fan Switch Perceptor is really kind of toonish, the thing is the rest of the 86 movie cast is super tuned.
Right.
Because they're all like Fans toys and stuff like that. So So he'll fit more in there than the first Tesla. And yeah,
So Dave, what about you? Are you still been customizing like crazy? I think you said you have like
I have
10 works
I
in
have like
progress.
11 of them in progress at the moment. Like
11
right now,
customs.
I'm mostly just like kit bashing them, like like taking them apart and seeing what goes with what, what custom head I'm gonna put with what body, and such and so forth, and then what shoulder pads I might have bought or extra pieces, stuff I might rip off of another toy, stuff like that, before the paint goes on.
What lines are you buying your fodder from?
It's mostly the same. It's mostly I'm mostly Mythic fodder and like 3D printed parts that I bought.
Custom stuff? Gotcha.
Yeah. There's still some like Lord of the Rings stuff that I have, that I ripped open. You know what I mean? That I might be using like one of their loincloths or piece of fur from something else. But mostly just Mythic pieces.
Gotcha.
And I'm still using the wrestling figure like arms and stuff because they just come in handy. Because the mythics, the pieces are all the same. Like
Right.
it's either an armored arm or it's a strong arm if you're doing a 1.0 character. But with the WWE figures, you get a little different definition in the tone of muscle and stuff like that. So it's nice to switch them out, and they pop right in and out of each other. So I still buy those when I can for like a few bucks at a pop. I was going to show you this because you said that EE won't break up that Panther for you. Have you seen this one?
What's that from?
I think it's from.
Looks like is it the Jungle Book or something?
Yeah, I think so. Well, not the. It even roars.
Does it have like
Is
an
he
action
puking?
button? Does its like head
Yeah.
move? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, you know which one it is now?
I don't. I maybe. Is it
think
like
I
one of
got
those
it at Walmart,
Walmart things?
like
Yeah. So it's like.
$12 or something
Oh,
like
gotcha.
that. But it does a pretty good job at looking great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know what you want it specifically for. I know a
No.
lot of people want a Black Panther to go with their Drizzt elves and stuff like that because he's a big Dungeon and Dragon character. So,
Yeah, just like the animal companions. You know how it goes.
dude,
Let's see.
if you see that shelf on the opposite side of my on that side, that's all animals on top now.
Oh,
Like
really?
animal companions, like either horses. I have a griffin up there. I'm all about that now. About the animal companions, like especially the bigger ones.
Yeah.
I actually bought this tiny elephant with tusks. It's like a mammoth to put a dwarf on too. So I plan on painting that thing too when I can. $8 or something. Found it on eBay. From some like cheap line from a few years back. Yeah, man, I'm all about that.
So
Animal
Dave,
companion life.
That's cool.
yeah, so your collection is well organized. We were talking before the show. I'd like to know that second curio cabinet on the other side of that door. You said there's a story to that.
All right. So originally, the one that is right here
Right.
was where the other one is, and I had it and I moved it because the rest of my 1/6 Star Wars is on this side of the room, right? So that case, I wound up finding it almost identical. It's almost identical. It's maybe an inch shorter than the other one, but from a distance, you can't really tell. And I found it online, and I had my wife and my father-in-law and my dad actually go pick it up for $100 because I knew what it took to get this one upstairs. I don't know if you remember, Gary spent the weekend here, and he tried getting up the stairs with my father and myself, and we couldn't. So we
Right.
basically, my take it apart piece by piece and nail it and glue it back together. He basically put the piece of furniture back together. So I knew we could do it once. I asked him if he could do it again, and he agreed to it. So I bought that second case for $100, and now it's filled with Mythic Legion. So that's what I did with the second one. On the that's why it looks like.
And let's do a timeout really quick because that was like the weekend that like Dave had me as his like slave building like 10 DTOFs also in like an assembly line
Yep.
nonstop DTOF building.
Yep. That was fun though, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was.
That and opening all the mezcos that I still haven't
Yes,
opened.
exactly.
I haven't opened any more since you left
Oh Jesus,
2 years ago.
that was stressful. That was stressful.
Yeah.
Whew.
Fucking looking up poses and
Right.
fucking which arm, which hands are gonna go with what
Too
fucking
many pieces.
guy. Yeah.
So Dave, while you're away, you had asked us, well, not while you're away, you asked us, but you've been away, and you asked us earlier, it's like, what are their current interests? Like, and I kind of went off on a thing, but like, you said you're buying a little bit of everything, just because. So do you have more interests, or you have no focus?
I have no focus. That's what it is. So, I mean, I'm an open book. If you're watching the show, you probably know me. I've been going through a lot, you know, with my health for the past year. So, I've basically been bedridden for a lot of the time, or not feeling great, not being able to really move around too often. So, my fingers still work and my eyes still work. So, I'm still getting paid. So I basically, looking online to see what I can do to upgrade my collection. So it hasn't been so much of just buying in bulk of, just buying stuff to buy stuff. I've been buying more stuff to kind of complement my collection, if that makes sense. So, for example, JD's working on a piece for me. He's been working on it for a bit, but, he's actually getting going on it now. I'm excited for that. I actually hit up. You guys got to meet Jason Young this weekend, right?
Yeah, you know what? I totally fumbled, and I wanted to talk to him like a lot more, and I totally fucked that
You
up.
could have had him on tonight. We didn't think about that too great, but maybe next week. Well, he had a pretty dope setup. Bobby did one of the collection videos.
Yep.
And it turns out that's like months old, so he's been upgrading that since. But he helped me with a few of my my DTOFs back probably about 2 years now. We did a trade. I traded him Hot Toys Predator, and he did some dial work for me. And I just kind of like the setup, like how it looked. It's a simple dial, just a simple background, but it makes the Hot Toy pop a little bit more. So we started talking about that again. He's working on something else for me now. So I'm sending money away, to upgrade. So you guys ever see the lightsabers that people do now? That they do them actually lit up for Hot Toys. I ordered one of those for the first time.
Toys.
Yeah. So like they're actually like LED bright. They come with battery packs and remotes and everything.
Oh wow, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, to actually upgrade my entire collection would probably cost me a good probably $1,000. But I started off with one. I started off with one just to see if I liked it.
Who'd you start
and
with?
Maybe I'll treat myself to one every few months.
Who'd you start with?
Return of the Jedi Luke. Green.
Wait, I can't picture what is. Say that again, Dave. I'm trying to picture what you're describing.
So
it's like lighting for your shelf, but it looks like a lightsaber.
No, it's an actual lightsaber lit up. Like you could turn it on and off with your remote, and it's bright and it looks like how you would expect it to look if you were paying, all this money with Hot Toys.
So
are you lit up lightsaber
for the 1/6 scale figure?
Yes.
I gotcha. Okay, yeah. So it looks like they're holding like a real lightsaber. Yeah. I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's
looks like this.
Yeah, but a little brighter than that. Yeah. So I've been looking into that. I bought a bunch of paint. Spent a lot of money on paint probably last week before I went into my surgery. I was like, I'm gonna be bored for a few weeks. My paint oil either dried up or I used it. So I spent probably a good like $80 in paint. That just delivered today actually. So paint, brushes, and stuff like that to work on these customs. And that and the custom pieces aren't cheap. Like, if you do a run of maybe, I don't know, 10, 11, printed pieces, you probably spend $150
Yeah.
or more, so you do that a couple times within a few months, and you got a few $100s worth of fucking resin sitting in boxes. So,
Yeah, jeez.
but again, it's in hopes to keep me busy, keep me going, and also upgrade a bit. Gary was talking about classics during this pandemic and during this illness. I spent a lot of time with Mr. EE Prime, hanging out at night. He stays up with me at 2, 3 in the morning at times. And what are we doing? We're hunting for Motu classic stuff, So that middle shelf over there, the white shelves, the Billies, the top two middle shelves, that's all classics. And that's probably about 60% of what I have. I probably have another 20 something of them laying around somewhere. So I went in pretty heavy with those. And Gary, I sold most of mine
Yeah.
a few years back. So, I've been playing catch up with that collection, which has been fun, but at the same time expensive. I won't buy anything, crazy. Like if it's a $200 figure, I'll wait till I can see it for $100. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I'm not gonna jump on it like that. So I've been hunting, but taking my time doing it. You know what I mean? Not jumping on just anything. And yeah, that's
Just
pretty
got
much
to
it.
say,
I mean, and that and jumping on little other things that I shouldn't have. SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Z, I gave it up for a while. Then they decided to relaunch the Ginyu Squad. The Ginyu Squad is original Dragon Ball Z.
The what squad did you say?
Ginyu.
Ginyu.
Ginyu, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something else.
Ridiculous characters who, at the time you thought they were cool, but, they do crazy dances and act foolish on screen, but they just pop. The figures just look good. So I spent some money trying to catch up on that collection a bit. And they also came out with this Imagination line. It's a 9-inch Dragon Ball figure, which doesn't go with anything. You know what I mean? But they only did Goku so far and Vegeta. So the Vegeta I looked at and I said, I gotta get it. It looks cool. So I went back and bought the Goku. I saw it on Sideshow, used some Sideshow reward points and got it for $50. I haven't put it down since. So I like it. I'm glad I purchased it. It's a lot different than the actual SH Figure Arts because it's bigger. It does more. The plastic moves a little bit differently. But again, it doesn't really go with anything. So it's like a standalone thing on its own, so it's just like there. It doesn't fit anything else. But yeah, man, that's what I've been doing. That fucking other interests.
Dave, are you in on the Mondo 1/6 Motu stuff? Did you get in any of those or no? Okay,
no.
I couldn't remember if you started or not.
I thought about it, and talking to between Chuck, Leon, and Dom, talking about those figures.
Yeah, you
I'm
can't talk to them.
I didn't buy them yet.
They'll suck you in pretty quick on that stuff.
It's just I'm trying to stick with 1/6 only being Star Wars.
Gotcha. That's good.
There's been a few times where I'm just like, I really like something else, like, another property that's 1/6, but I don't have the space for it.
Yeah.
So, why bother?
Yeah, man. I thank God for Mega Constructs. That's how I get my Motu fix.
That's probably one of the smartest decisions ever, because they have the most stuff. They have so much stuff for that line. You know what I mean? It's like.
Yep. Yeah, man.
So I'll share an interest that's I've been piqued with, and I'm gonna blame Dust because of his last year with the Playmobil stuff he shared. You guys know they have a Back to the Future line, right?
Yep.
And they have they've done Ghostbusters, right? Both the 1 and 2 movies with the updated versions of the Ecto one. They have this dinosaur line that looks very Dino Riders like. But most importantly, they are doing a A-Team release with the A-Team van.
I
If you
saw
can believe
that.
that. Yeah. And then with the Back to the Future, they just came out with Marty's black pickup truck, his Toyota 4x4.
That's that's a reach.
You know what?
I would imagine the 4x4 by itself is just cool.
That's what I mean.
regardless.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. It's like, but interesting enough, as you talk about these YouTube things, Brian, that when I saw that, it took me into this. I don't know. Everyone likes to talk about movie cars, right? And they talk about the DeLorean and the 18 van and Kit and all that stuff. But I found this person who rebuilt the 85 Toyota pickup exactly, like restored one exactly like the black one he had in the first movie in the garage. And it's probably one of the best looking movie cars I think I've seen. That's pretty cool.
Like in real life.
Real life. Yeah, they take like shows and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's built like period specific with the right bumpers and the roll bar and the KC lights with the yellow covers and stuff. It's pretty cool looking.
Gary, I love that about you.
But I haven't. What's that?
You make me laugh sometimes. Like, we'll see a Transformer, and you'll see the car version, and you'll be like, ew, gross, grotesque. It looks nothing like that in real life. The fender's all wrong, and blah, blah. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. Like me, naked eye, Dave, I wouldn't be able to tell.
Well, Brian and I used to talk. I always liked the same thing. As a kid, like I liked that they turned into like real cars and being able to know what the car was that they turned into. Like a Datsun from the from the 70s, and so I still appreciate that. So I do get a little bit fussier than the average person, I think. When and I know most people don't keep it in alt mode anyway. It's still I like knowing that it looks like the real thing and not like the some cartoon block truck type thing. So yeah, I'm not
for sure. I mean, that's what makes the vroom factor so good.
Yeah, it just looks good.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, that's another one. That Trailbreaker that hasn't gone up for pre-order yet, right? The Fans Toys.
I don't think so.
Sold out already. What are you guys talking about? That went up yesterday at 3 p.m. What the fuck?
Thanks. Yeah. All right. I hope you got me one, Dave.
Me?
Yeah. I need to keep one in box and debate opening it for the rest of my life.
What's funny you say that is I went and bought a second set of Insecticons for no apparent reason.
You did?
I just did. I mean, I bought the gray one.
The reissue ones? Okay.
But I didn't fucking need it. What I need it for,
So, do you know what's so funny? Like, I don't know. I kind of tangent us again, but like, I remember like when that first Tesla came out, right? Like, I was all by myself. I wasn't in the ROC, and I remember like that figure just dropped. It did, but I remember it just showed up like in stock one day, right? There was no one had it to review. Like, no one got it early from the people who used to get the figures back then. It just showed up at TF stores, so it's like in stock. And I think it was like $100. It was cheap. And it came with the different colored blue pieces you could change. And, it was fine, but it got a lot of criticism because it had that cracking plastic from the very beginning. Like, the people who tried to switch out the blue parts stripped all the screws right away, right? And then everyone was on the line trying to figure out where you could order these, like, laptop screws to try to get it to go back together. And they put it back together, and then everything was all loose, right? And it's just interesting, like, how bad it actually was, but it got so valuable because it was the only one around for so long. And then I remember that same thing for the Forager, for the Kickback when it came out. Everybody who transformed that thing was breaking it because of the wings. And then Fans Toys put that little warning clip, the little sheet with the instructions separately about knowing it was an issue. And everybody forgave it. And I just, I got these reissues and nobody's talked about any of that, because they've been such a high want for it,
Yeah, I don't think
you guys ever break anything.
Yeah, I've broken a few things.
Who have I broken?
I broke some Fans Project stuff, like that Dia Battles homage that they did. I broke his knee off. Actually, Fans Project Brainstorm. They did a repaint of it. I thought he had wrist swivel, and like since the plastic's kind of soft, I just twisted that thing, and then it came. Oh shit! There is no wrist swivel. But it felt like it did because
Right.
it turn it and it would stay, and then you could turn it back. No, it turns out it's not. But this stuff works great. Glue that shit right back on there. It's like brand new.
What's
Yeah.
that? What's that?
That's-
It's this stuff called Plastruc Bondine. Actually, that's not. This isn't the one I use all the time. I have one with an orange label that I use more. Where the hell did that go? It's called like Plastic Weld. I got it at this hobby shop down by this laundromat that I had to use a couple years ago when my washing machine broke. It's pretty cool. I send you a link.
Yeah, I had broken. I had the Bad Cube insects also, like the 3 of them. And if you remember, they did like the 3-pack that was like sold together, and then they did like their premium version that had like the paint. And I broke my Forager's chest piece on that because I thought it opened, and I like pulled it, and it was like clear yellow plastic, and it ended up getting a big stress crack in it, like across. I tried to hide it with the Decepticon logo, but I'm the kind of person like when you know it's broken on the shelf, I'm like, it just bothered me. You know what I mean? Every time I looked at it, I was like, ugh. I was mad at myself for.
Sometimes
You know,
like, you forget that you broke something. 'Cause it's just out there for a while.
You know those female Dinobots, the Fans Project ones that came out?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I broke one of those. I remember that. I still have it, but it's glued in place. It's not going to transform again. But it's
I
broken.
did. I
Oh,
broke.
and my swoop. Oh,
Yeah, your swoop.
I
What-
forgot
what'd
I have a broken Fans Toy swoop.
What did you break on that?
His leg. His
Like
leg.
at
It fell off the shelf, and
the
the leg
hip or the
just
knee? Or?
from the hip.
Oh,
I think it's from the hip down. Came right off.
really? Wow.
Yeah. And like it broke, like the plastic broke. Like it's not even like savable. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just cracked and broken.
I had the red sword.
But I mean, you transform it back into bird mode and it's fine. You know what I mean?
It
Like,
stays
you
there.
can't tell.
I think he had an issue with his like heels, didn't he? Because I feel like my red sores, like he was just standing, like I didn't have him on the stand, and like his like heel spur cracked or something. There was something I think in his foot.
Yeah, the blue one that I have right there. The ankles are really not that great on him, and like you
Yeah,
can tighten the
it's like-
screw and it works for a
right.
while, but then it's like then it gets loose again,
Comes
and then
back,
you're like
it's like-
keep tightening it. I'm like I'm gonna strip this, which is why I pre-ordered a swoop just recently, because
I did too. To
yeah,
replace
it's like
mine.
dude,
Oh.
yeah, and then I'm gonna sell this one for a little bit of a
See-
discount. Be like, here's a disclaimer:
So it's funny
the
too. Like,
ankles got some
I-
issues.
I didn't pre-order the swoop, but I pre-ordered the stomp again, which will actually be like the 4th one I've owned in my collecting career. Believe it or not.
You better stop it. You keep this one this time.
I know I need to put them in
I'm
dyno
gonna go
mode
to
and
your
just
house
leave
and
them.
write your name on all your
I
toys.
just need to leave them in dyno mode and leave them. That's one of my regrets. So, yeah.
You guys want to hear a funny story about the birthday boy?
Sure.
Is there
He's
another
not
kind?
here, right?
Yeah, I know he's not here, so we have to be nice.
He came to visit me back in, when was that? I want to say maybe about, was it before my first surgery? I forget. It was a few months back. And he came, he actually brought his Sir Gideon Heavens brand. He had a second one from Mythic Legions, right? And he knew I've been asking for this figure forever. He had bought it to do a custom. He wanted to make like a Kid Icarus or some shit out of it. I forgot what the fuck he wanted to do out of it. And, I kept asking for it, telling him, I'll buy it, I'll pay for it. Now this is like a year of waiting. Now this figure's like $250. And I'm like, I'm not giving you $250 for this thing. Like I've been asking for this thing since it was 100, And he brings it over. So he's here. EE Prime's here too, and he's like, "This is the one I bought for a custom. His face is messed up. It had like paint scratches on it. I guess that's why he got it cheaper. So that wasn't a big problem for me. I took it to the back and I fixed it up. He's nice and clean. I put a little face paint on him, and he basically told me I can borrow it. So
You can borrow it.
but you can borrow it. So like for months, like we've been like joking back and forth. I'm pretty sure he just, you know, he's just fucking with me. But you know, it's been like a constant thing when he's like, "Well, you got to give me back my Heavens brand," and I'm like, "I'm not giving it back. I fucking wrote my name on it, right?"
On the foot.
Yeah. So, like you know, he mentioned it so many times that like recently he told me, you know, like, oh, by the way, you know, consider it like a get well present, like you know, which I'm thankful for. Thank you, birthday boy. But at the same token, I actually did write my name on it just in case he ever fucking wanted it back. I said, I don't give a fuck. I'm putting my name at the bottom thing just to make him laugh one day. And I actually wrote my name. I put DC on the bottom of his feet.
It reminds me of that episode of The Simpsons where they bought like the Radioactive Man comic book. Yeah, they pulled their money together and then they all were fighting over it. It's just like, you know, you and Dom, you can keep it at your house for half the year, and then next it comes back to my house. But you know, he's not here to defend himself. But at least at your house it'd be on display, where at his house it'll go back into a box and then be forgotten about.
He's listening on his way home right now. He's like, "Fuck you guys! It's my birthday."
Man,
Oh, look
right.
at JD.
What's up,
Hey,
JD?
JD.
Hi
You all
guys.
right?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm
better?
okay. I'm all right.
Good.
Yep. I'm
JD,
okay.
would you like a laugh?
Please. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been kind of like just sitting here listening to you guys, and like Chan was sitting next to me and just making sure I'm all right. But I think the more spiced wafers and tea I get in my belly, the better I am.
There you go.
Fucking
Does that look
anxiety.
familiar?
Oh,
Dude, that's pretty.
my
I know.
God.
Wait, there's one from Roadhouse. It's
Wait.
the best. It's
Wait.
like-
Wait. Just hold on. I'm gonna one up you, Gary. I think if I can find it now.
That's not me. That's all dust. That's all dust creativity.
Oh my! That's on. That is on. That's on. It is money right there.
It's not that far off. That's the
That's
thing. Like, you know, like some of them look ridiculous. That one looks on point.
All right.
It's gonna be an
Hold
interesting TF Con this year.
Is that Uncle Chuck,
if I
Gary?
can send these to the chat, or I'm gonna send it to Brian. Let's see if
It's
I can do
bluegrass.
There goes
Oh
Uncle
my
Grass.
god. That's all.
that. Motherfucker. There. No, not there. Sorry, guys. Okay, now I think I get it. I think. How we all doing anyway?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Just talking about Dave's, what's he been doing since he's been gone, and I talk about the same story I always talk about, how I don't want to upgrade my Transformers. And Gary going back in on things that he had left behind, and he can't. What's that?
It's a weird feeling, deja vu.
I try to get out, and they keep pulling me
Right?
back in.
Yeah. It's like
Oh, come on, send. There we go. It's in there,
So-
Brian.
Yo, you know, so I watch you guys on Monday, right? So most of the time, you know, I'll stop with the chat because I'm just like messing around in the room. And if you watch the whole episode and like let it rock, it'll take you back to like an older episode after.
right.
So last night it did that. Hold on, let me watch this. Hold on. Oh shit, that's Rocky. It's fucking with Rambo.
It's JD.
Oh my god.
These apps are fucking crazy, man.
That's fucking cool, man.
Dude.
Chan made a whole bunch of them.
That's great.
I have one as Bruce Lee too.
Dude, I want to see her put your face on Jeremy Renner's face,
What?
and I want to see if there's any difference.
Probably just the beard.
Yeah, it'll be all this.
Mm-hmm. So
All right.
what was I fucking telling you guys just now?
You were gonna say something.
You're saying the shows revert back to like an older one when,
Oh
when
yeah,
it
yeah.
plays
So
out.
last night one came on. I just let it rock, right? So fucking, I was dead. Like I guess I missed this the first time around. You guys showed a picture of Shockwave all facing each other, and Jeremy B goes like a fifth grade slumber party. I fucking lost my shit. I have a big hole in my fucking abdomen. That shit. I had to hold that shit for like 10 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? I said, what fucking sleepover was that? Oh shit. Dead.
Oh man.
Wow.
Dead. That was the one that Matt Heard was on too. That episode was funny as fuck. The beginning of that episode, Matt Heard says something too, fucking funny as he says something to Chris. He said something like some kind of wrestling move at the beginning, and Chris just was like, "What the fuck did you say?" Like, I almost pissed my pants last night just listening to these guys. It was just fucking hysterical. That was probably one of the best episodes. Just laughing at that fucking first 25 minutes of the show. It's hysterical.
Max says it's the goozle.
That's it. That's it. He was like, "You goozled," and he's like, "A what?" And Chris is like, "Guns of what?"
He wakes up different. I remember that. Oh man, it's funny when you're on the shows. You don't remember everything. It's weird how you don't catch everything.
Last night was
going.
funny though. You
Yeah.
were cracking the fuck up last night, Brian. That shit.
God, with that bureau.
Yeah.
Oh. And the week before with the Black Widow reference from Chris,
Dude.
Dude, after we hung up, I went and watched that like 5 more times. I might have woke up the neighbors laughing so hard at that thing.
Shit.
Oh man, I love that part of the movie because I went to the theater to watch it, and dude, it just felt good to just be sitting around all these strangers and all of us fucking laughing. It was just for no reason. Well, there was a good reason, but it was just some stuff.
Goes.
So what else is going on?
Nothing. I was hoping maybe we'd get a visit from someone who had her birthday, or his birthday, pardon me. And
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, this guy's birthday's this weekend.
Mhm.
I know.
I wish I could see you, but maybe in a few weeks.
Well, yeah, one of these weekends coming up here. Yeah, we'll keep it a secret. Not really, but I owe you some work, so
Cool.
and yeah, and I'm very, 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 very excited about it.
Good.
It's one of those instances like, man, too bad I'm building this for other people. I want to put
Damn,
this in my own show. No, I'm just kidding.
You did that
But,
with me
I mean-
already with your Jabba's Palace. You gave me yours.
That was the just the throne is the
Yeah.
because I made 2 of them.
hmm
Yeah, so I had everything ready to go for you, and it was just making the dio.
Are you guys all going in on the Rancor whenever it becomes a real thing?
I probably will. Yeah,
That's a 112 scale, right?
It's Black Series, I believe.
Yeah.
what they're
Right.
saying.
Yeah.
The all I'm gonna say is the one of those what do they call them? The extras, stretch goals.
Yes.
Stretch goals.
Yeah,
Mhm.
one of those stretch goals better fucking be Bib Fortuna, a classic Bib Fortuna.
Why
I
do
thought he was announced though already, right?
I
Wasn't
thought
he?
he was too.
Yeah, I think he's announced. Like,
Maybe that was.
But I
Infinity?
think it was isn't it the one from the Mandalorian?
Well, with the
That
fat
one?
neck.
The
With
big
fat
one?
neck.
oh, when he's older, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that's I don't know. I could be mistaken.
See, I thought they definitely should do the Ula, right, based off of the Hera mold.
They
Could.
should make. They should make this.
Oh, shit.
Jesus, good God. Oh my
Oh, shit.
God. That's just disturbing. Wow. No one needs to see that.
Wow. You need to
I don't
send all of
associate-
those
Got
to
some
Chan.
moves, Gary.
Yeah, exactly.
You're, Something we don't know about Gary.
Right.
He likes
I
martial
want to
arts
see.
and
Gary,
Matilda.
I want to see your face on Patrick Swayze's speech in Roadhouse about being nice.
Oh, I love that speech. God, I love that speech. What if she says that my mother's... Is she? Well, are any of you guys doing the Galactus?
Nah, fuck that.
Well, I know you don't buy any Marvel Legends, Dave, so it's kind of...
That was the question I was gonna ask. Oh, Rancor. I'm getting that Rancor. I
Yeah.
think. How much you think? 150?
400.
I was gonna say, like,
400?
I was gonna split the two. I was gonna say, like, 250 because, like, I can't imagine it takes as much, like, molding, right, as, like, the... I
It's
don't know.
gonna have to be pretty big.
Yeah.
There it is. Asking you shall receive.
The one they did already, that one was for the 3-inch.
Yeah. Yeah, they've done a couple
Yeah.
molds. There's, like, an old Power of the Force one from,
I'm
like,
still here. I'll be,
2002. It's, like, a little one. It's, like, smaller.
no,
And then they did, like, a bigger one they repainted, like, 3 or 4 different times in different boxes. So one's painted with, like, purple stripes from one of the novels and the video games. And then it was done, like, in a classics big box with Jabba and stuff with, like, a couple other. But it's all meant for 3 3/4. So.
Yeah, if they go over $200, that's gonna be hard. Because I mean, and if they do go over 200, it's gonna have all this shit that you want to leave in the box, right?
Right.
wrong button.
So, I mean, because something like that shouldn't really cost that much. I would hope not, anyway. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's gonna be pretty big. I mean, if you pull up, like, I'm sorry, I'm still on the Rancor. Is that what we're still talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rancor.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Okay.
so what's it, about twice as big as a Mythics Troll? Is that big enough, you think? Or does it have to be a little,
No, it's got to
bigger?
be bigger than that. I
Yeah,
think.
he's like, I don't know, probably 3 times the size at least.
Okay.
3?
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Is there a Sumbo?
I mean,
trophy
think
rank?
he picks Luke up. I mean, he only has 3 fingers, but like he
Right.
picks Luke up.
And he bites the head off the pig guy.
That too, yeah. He picks the Gamorrean guard up and just bites his head off. So like, I mean, he's gonna have to be all gangly, and you know, he might not have like the height, but I mean, he's gonna have some bulk to him, at least for his legs and the body.
Yeah, the body should be pretty big. If you think.
They say that the this sideshow statue. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that thing.
They say that this is technically Black Series scale. I think, at least I've heard. Who's they? I've heard it recently. Who was saying this? I think Robo was from the Foosh. God, I seem to mention the Foosh on every show I'm on, but the guy's making content all the damn time. So,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, this is the thing right here, at 30 inches high.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Yeah, that's-
Wow. Yeah.
that's as tall as that Galactus, right? The
Yeah.
Galactus is 32 inches. Good God,
Man, that
this
is
thing
big.
is huge.
That is big.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That won't even fit in a damn Vesta. Jesus Christ.
No, that needs like its own stand.
So
See, like, I think it's a great looking piece, but just like, where the fuck are you gonna put that thing? I mean,
A
JD, I know
a
you
Rancor
got like
pit?
11 rooms, but you know, I don't.
But you just need to build a Rancor pit.
Yeah, and my child could live in
huge.
too at the same time.
Yeah, I have blueprints of Jabba's palace, like scale blueprints of it. So, and I'm gonna use them at some point. Paul R and I were gonna team up, and he was gonna make a cabinet to fit all this shit in, but I don't know. It's gonna have to be pretty big, and I haven't really figured out where I'm putting it.
Hmm.
I don't know. We'll see.
What's been? We were talking about that before. What's piqued your interest lately? That's been like maybe a little different than usual.
Well, I've probably said it here a few times, but I've become a little obsessed with Dorohedoro, an anime that's on Netflix.
Is it dubbed?
Yeah, you can watch it both ways.
All right.
Yeah. That's really good if you haven't checked it out.
I haven't, but I've watched everything on TV that you can possibly watch, so I'll probably give it a try.
So that's piqued my interest. Here comes something that piques my interest.
Oh,
Oh man,
what is that?
new baby.
This is a monster.
What?
He'll eat poop and toys and dog food, and he's watching the girls.
So who's this, JD?
I don't know. We didn't come up with a name with him yet.
Wait, you got a new
Okay.
dog?
Yeah.
I had
Did
to
you
step
just
away for a
adopt
second.
Well, like we've been talking about it and getting another dog for Chewy, like another big size dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a big
And-
dog.
Not yet. He is part Husky, Lab, and German Shepherd.
Wow,
So,
he's
yeah,
cute.
he should get pretty big.
He's a cutie.
But we've been talking about it for a while, and we were gonna go look at like purchasing puppies and stuff like that, and then she pops into the shop today and has this little guy, and she said that she found him at a church, and he was all by himself. Nobody wanted him.
Oh,
So, yeah. Hi.
oh.
EE says we should call you Wicket.
I like that.
What are the girls doing?
Cutie.
But yeah, we gotta figure out what to call him.
So is that number 4, JD?
Pablo.
Yep, dog number 4.
Wow.
Yep.
Now you
Yep.
have 2 boys and 2 girls.
Yep. And then me and Elijah and Fen and Chan. So
Mhm.
it's all
Even
it's all
Steven.
evened out. Yep, it's all
Nice.
evened out. Yep. And she's like, well, every 2 years we could do this.
Every
I'm
2
like,
years.
oh, every 2 years, huh? Yeah, you get a puppy to add
Mhm.
for someone else to play with.
Add another human first.
Yeah, we're a little old for that, but
Man, everybody's getting little dogs. Wolfie and Jeremy, JD and Chan.
little puppies.
Does he have that new dog smell?
He does.
Wow, man. So how old is he, do you think?
I don't know. Chan, how old is he?
3 months, maybe 4.
Huh?
3 months.
Nah, I'm gonna say
8
a month.
weeks.
Almost 9 weeks.
Almost
8.
9 weeks.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. He's watching you. You want to go get him? If I let you go, can you promise not to poop on the floor? Promise? Okay. Go get her. All right. Okay.
Oh man. When-
What else is interesting me? Wow, Gary. Gary's about to beat the fuck out of somebody.
Jeremy, stay. Jeremy, jeez. JD, stay in that pose.
Oh,
Oh,
my
shit.
goodness.
I dig it.
I'm a little chubbier, but whatever. It's close. Trying to think what else. I mean, I'm excited for Revelations.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah,
Next Friday, right?
Friday the 23rd.
Friday.
Have you been picking up the toys? Or no?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
like them?
yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, they like the Skelligod was kind of a weird thing, and that was the first one that I got. And like his ankles are kind of weak, so he likes to fall over. But I got the He-Man and Skeletor next, and they're pretty awesome. I mean, aside from He-Man's head sculpt, because he's kind of like he's kind of smiling.
Right, it looks funny. I've seen people
Yeah.
replace it with like an older head.
The
Looks a
old-
lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chuck's put a wide range of different heads on it, and it's pretty interesting what it can do. You know, from the
Yeah.
Origins Adam to some custom stuff. It's pretty cool. It looks a
Yeah.
lot better.
I've seen people put the mythic Atomom head on him. It's
Yeah.
really good.
I'm wondering if like any of their other 7-inch line, you know what I mean, like the wrestling figures and shit. I wonder if any of those have the same post hole for the head. The same, you know what I mean? The same post hole.
Post.
Yep. Ball peg hole thing.
Yeah.
Did you get the Evil In, JD?
No, I haven't found Evil In
Yeah,
or
I haven't seen
Mothman yet.
Okay, I was gonna say I haven't seen any of the 4 figures, but that Evil In, like the unhelmeted head, looks like a badass Katara from Avatar, man. Like I really like that look.
I'm really excited to get those two. I did find like I've been looking at Target to see if they have Battle Cat, and like every time I go, they have the wrong Battle Cat in the place. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Oh, gotcha.
They have like it's like an end cap where they're putting these at Target, and every time I go, they have the Origins Battle Cat. Yeah, and like boxes of them. You know, it's like fuck. But yeah, then one night I was just like, I'm just gonna swing through before I go home, and there it was. There was one, and he's fucking huge.
Yeah, I saw him at Zolo. Big guy. Gary, Matt wants you to speak on the Conan Super 7. I saw a couple of those at Zolo.
He's gonna bring up that was I was very excited for what's called the movie pose Conan, right? Because they did the first one, and it's like the helmeted version from the movie, and then they did the other characters, and then the movie pose came out, and I was really excited for that. And then when I saw like in-hand pictures of it, like I know it's not exactly supposed to be Arnold because they can't, but it looked nothing like it, and the wash of the flesh tone was so inconsistent. It was pinless, which was pretty cool to see the change, but like it was just I don't know. It was just one of those ones I actually was pretty excited about that until I saw and I kept trying to convince myself too, where I'd like look at one review and I'd be like, oh, maybe I could kind of like get through it, and it's just too much. It was just it just was not. So decided to go without any representation. Yeah, it's that one, but like when you see it like up close, it's like the chest and the arms. I have like different washes, and some are shinier and some aren't, and the head sculpt really is just not great. It's just not.
Not doing it for you.
Yeah. So I let it go. I did not follow through in person. In fact, I canceled my pre-order for it when I saw. So that's
All
kind
right,
of a
what
bummer.
about Galactus?
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Yeah, it's
Probably
not for
not.
me. It's cool, but it's not for me.
What are you doing, bud?
I think I still have a Sentinel on pre-order. I paid for it. I don't really know if I'm gonna do anything with.
Yeah,
Flip
you know
that
what,
thing.
Gary?
Somebody will buy it.
Yeah, I figure I'll be able to find a home for it. If I think that was such like true FOMO back last fall when it came out. I was really more excited for my Razor Crest whenever that thing finally comes.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the one I'm really waiting for.
Are you gonna like blow it up just to make it like
No,
official?
but I've been buying the 3 3/4 characters this last year to fill it as soon as it gets here. So
Yo, Brian, I sent you a picture in the BTM chat.
I'm on it.
Gary, wait till you see this thing.
that's funny. So
Wow.
I actually had a coworker, and I went just like that. Actually, it's kind of funny. I should try and find. I have to find an old Polaroid maybe and put it in the chat. It was like 2001, 2002 Halloween party. You know, that we went as Jay and Silent Bob. It was pretty good. Same thing. Not my real hair though. Even back then.
So this Galactus, yeah, it's not for me either. But I've been trying to ask this question of everyone. Like, was this the next logical choice? Just basically a big giant Marvel Legend again for their HasLab? 'Cause-
No.
no. What do you think would have been the next logical choice?
G.I. Joe. His tank.
Oh, I mean for Marvel.
Marvel already had a turn.
Well, it did Marvel, and then it did Star Wars, right? Then it did Razor. Wait, which came?
They haven't done anything Black Series.
Yeah, what was Unicron? Was it before the Sentinel?
Yeah, it was
Unicron was
Sailbarge,
first. Yeah,
Unicron, Sentinel, Razor Crest, Galactus.
and then the failed Cookie Monster.
Yeah, he's in there somewhere.
So this thing's like how big? The
30.
32 inches.
32.
so it's as tall as me. And then what about Fort Max that Fantoys is doing? How big was that supposed to be?
Well, now like 32 feet.
I don't know.
No.
I don't remember.
Thinking about that thing too, it's like when that thing resurfaces and that conversation comes up, like what the fuck are we doing with him? You know?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Is that needed?
I don't know.
Well, they're gonna make. If they're gonna make something, people are gonna buy it. That's for sure. Actually, you're probably right, Chuck. You can probably still display it in the stairwell.
So, Fans Toys 50 inches? I'm seeing a couple pictures in
50
here.
inches. Jesus.
People are saying 50. 50 divided by 12. It's 4 something? Almost 4 feet?
48 is 12, so yeah.
Yeah. That's wild.
That's
4 feet.
that's a big.
Yeah. That's like the size of that KO, like triple, like, I remember the Optimus Prime came out a couple years ago. I can't remember the company.
Yeah.
They did like the regular one and did one like Captain
Lewin.
America with the shield.
The
it's
Lewin Prime.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah. I was actually waiting for that to go on clearance or something. To think about it. But I think what ultimately soured me on that one was the it was something unscrupulous, at least in my criticism. I think it had something to do with like certain things weren't colored properly. I don't know what it was. I can't remember now. But I was like, "Yep, that's it. I'm out. I can't get this or something." I think the headlights were yellow or some shit. I don't know. I was like, I can't do it. I don't know. Wow, 52 inches. That's insane.
That is a large child.
Actually, just looking at these pictures again, I'm kind of getting a little excited. It's kind of neat. I'd like to see it.
What the heck?
But that Galactus, one of the things I noticed was, and I'm no toy expert, but if you watch the live stream, it looked like they already made it to me.
Oh, they already made it to you.
No, yeah, to me it looked like they already made it.
Like it's done, it's complete.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be a crowd fund. And I know Gary and JD, I know you guys like to argue with the Hasbro HasLab make that argument, right? But it's like, I mean, at least the Unicron, the one they showed us was 3D printed, you know. I think the Razor Crest
Well-
did look like a paint model,
Yeah,
right?
there's
But
got to be some pretty good reuse between the Sentinel and that thing, though. Don't you think? Like, there's
I
got to
don't
just, I think, in the
Yeah,
construction.
I
that-
feel like there's
Yeah.
some
that
reused
live stream
parts
one?
there.
that thing didn't look 3D printed to me. He was messing around with the ratchets and the ankles, and then obviously it didn't stand very well either. But I was like,
I think it's interesting because the characters are so similar in color as well, right? That they're all shades of like, you know,
Blue
maroon
and
and
purple.
purple. Yeah, with the highlights. With the push for the X-Men over the last couple of years into different waves, I really thought maybe we would have seen like the Blackbird, you know, because that would be something I think you'd have to legit, because you can't really repurpose that maybe.
but like, I mean, aren't the molds the most expensive part of making these toys? And if they've
Yeah.
already created those and now they're crowdfunding it, it just seems odd.
Seems a
odd.
little odd.
Unzip their fly a little bit. What was funny is on that live stream, like the main guy who runs it, he was like away on paternity leave. So, you know, while the cat's away, the mice will play, right? They're probably like, "Oh, dude, let's totally show it. Let's blow their minds." I wonder if they're like, "You shouldn't have did that." Like,
Shouldn't have done
the
that.
LEDs worked and everything, and I was like, so this is gonna be it. This is a pre-order. You don't need funding for this. You already did it.
Yeah, you
It's
already.
kind of funny. But
I mean,
14,000, man.
I feel like a lot of their stuff is that way anyway.
Well, the thing is, JD, I think in the back of our minds we all know that already.
Right.
Yeah.
But like the fact that they wouldn't let Unicron fail, and then the fact that they actually showed a complete Galactus already, I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, all right, cat's out of the bag, whatever. Just
How long is the pre-order up or the Kickstarter up for?
40,
Yeah.
46 days.
46
Goes to-
days.
yeah,
So
goes to-
I'm making the assumption that within the 46 days we're going to see a teaser for Galactus movie, like something coming up with him in it. Because why
And
else?
then they blow him up.
Why? Yeah, like why else? No. Why else? Already make it if not that they knew that they were going to come out in the MCU. He was going to come out in the MCU soon.
Yeah.
They said he was going to be one of the next villains to come. So
Speaking of MCU movies, did you guys see the little trailer with Korg and Deadpool? On YouTube?
No.
It was supposed to be like Deadpool's like integration into the
Into the
MCU.
MCU.
So it's like him and Korg from like Thor sitting on the couch. It's pretty good. It's
Right.
funny to look at.
I'm just
Yelling at whatever. All right, never mind. I lost it. Never mind.
Yeah, they're watching something and critiquing it. It's pretty good.
I saw a funny meme though with that same scene that they were playing. They're in the future and they're still playing with a PlayStation 4 remote because PlayStation 5s are still out of stock in 5 years. Something like that. That was pretty funny.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yeah. So, Brian, you're the only one that went to Zolo, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna say much about it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Why weren't you there, JD?
Because of the same thing. Same thing.
Oh,
the
you weren't
reason I'm
feeling-
late.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
understandable. You don't feel good, you can't go.
Yeah.
Especially in that heat, you wouldn't have been good.
Yeah. So,
You know?
I mean, we're like working out regularly and all that kind of stuff. And I think my medication is it's either not working because I'm I'm doing the shit I'm supposed to do, or it's just going to take, whatever, 3 to 8 weeks for it to balance back out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What? Not so off tangent, but what time of day do you usually take your medication?
I mean, shortly after I wake up. So it's anywhere between like
I used to get the
10:30
same way,
and noon.
and what I changed is I started taking my medication before I went to bed at the same time every day, and it changed everything. So I don't know.
Well,
maybe
I have habit that are meant to be away. So like some half of them I start the day with, and then the other ones I'm finishing the day with.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I'll ask my doctor about it though. That's
You're roboting a little there, JD.
Yeah, a little bit.
Got the. Is that the universal sign?
Back. Am I back?
Kind
Am I
of.
here? Hello?
You're a little out of focus. Out of focus. I think
a
Gary's
little out of
checking
focus.
Get
Sorry, my wife-
that
my
new
wife is
dog on the
texting me.
wheel, bro.
On the wheel? New dog on the. Oh,
Yo,
Yeah, the internet.
maybe my internet's crapping out.
I got you. I got your meaning.
All right. Yeah.
Anyway.
So JD, I was gonna. Yeah, I didn't want to be the only one talking about Zolicon. I
Yeah.
wanted to see if Dom wanted to chime in on something, but
I mean, we can always save it till he's here.
yeah, we could save it. Save it till he's here.
so I will say this, right? It wasn't the same without us, right?
No, definitely not. And to be honest, it's like
Shouldn't be. That's right.
it's,
Fucking say that. It's not the fucking same.
It's not the
Fucking
same.
same without us all there. It's not the same.
Yeah.
but there is
Yeah.
yeah, and to be honest, it's like I was just kind of walking through the aisles with blinders on, like checking out a few cool things here and there. Like I did, Gort and I went back later on after lunch and kind of walked the floor and took some time to check everything out. But it's like I've seen a lot of that stuff before, and maybe if I had brought a cup of coffee, would have had a different feel. But I don't know, man. Like my back was messed up the whole week prior, so I was kind of like in a weird mood. Like my back had just started feeling better that morning, and then getting out of the car, and then I was stiff, and then I was hot, and then it's like, oh, I just kind of want to kind of go through the motions. One of the cool things though is I did go. We did see Bricks. He got a new Lego shop, a new spot. He opens
That's
up
cool.
next month. Much bigger than his previous spot. I think you've all
Nice.
been right to his original. Like he doesn't have like a homemade air conditioning system with a tarp and stuff anymore. He actually has like real AC and so that was pretty cool. And we went and got sushi for lunch.
Yeah,
And,
what's up with that, man? I mean, don't get me wrong. I eat sushi too, but like, that's not toy convention lunch. Like, doesn't
It wasn't your typical toy convention crowd.
Right.
you
like
know?
when I text Dom that night because he picked up some figures for me, some mythic stuff, and I was like, "Where'd you guys go for lunch?" And he's like, "Sushi," and I was like, "What a dick! Like, why wouldn't he just fucking tell me what they ate?" And you guys are that serious. I swear to God, I thought he was fucking with me. I was like, "Yo," and then you guys said it last night. I was like, "Really? You guys motherfucking eat sushi?"
Yeah, see, Dust says he wasn't there. That's why we did it.
Yeah, you guys.
But,
If Dust was there, he would have been like, he wouldn't have let that happen. He's like,
Right.
But
"You're
basically,
fucking eating sushi, all right?"
So Brix's shop his new shop is like 20 minutes away. It's not like around the corner like his other one was. So we're like, what's near you? Like, let's go see your place. And then what's near you? He's like, you guys like sushi? And everybody's like, yep. So we did that.
Nope.
So
Probably a good thing I wasn't there.
don't worry, JD. They had a lot more on the menu than just that.
Oh,
So
okay.
it wasn't a pure sushi place.
Hibachi.
Yeah, you could get some of
Or-
that stuff in there.
Yeah, it's
They had some
delicious.
Chicken
stuff.
fried rice.
What is your go-to, Brian, when you eat sushi? I'm just curious.
Is that your new name? Chicken fried rice? He
I
just
like
came
that
running
too.
over. I said chicken fried rice, and he came running over.
CFR. I do. I'm not big on super raw fish, but I'll do a California roll, a tuna roll. I got. I forget what else. I ended up passing on it, but I wanted to get it next time. I was looking at that menu. I was like, Bricks, I got to come visit your place a lot more because I got to try a lot of this stuff. But
So
spicy tuna roll or something like that.
Yeah, so I'm not big either with like the sashimi and all that stuff. But
Yeah, me either.
but spicy tuna roll. I'll get. I'm inclined to always get the eel avocado roll now too.
Oh, okay.
So if you get eel, it's cooked. It's not raw
Yeah.
either. So that's pretty good. But nah, I don't go for the California rolls no more. Once I found out it was just like, what is it, crab meat? I'm like,
Yeah, I don't do that. I like the Philadelphia rolls. I think it's like salmon, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
what-
and I almost got that, but I didn't. Me and Philly, man, we got a weird relationship. I always associate Philadelphia with the Eagles, and I can't fucking stand them. So
I saw a Philadelphia Eagles fan this weekend that really opened my eyes this weekend. I swear to God, like I know he doesn't watch the show often, but like, dude, you left nothing for the imagination for me anymore. But God bless you. I swear, God bless you, dude.
yeah, I mean Russ is an Eagles fan. Mike Kincaid. I mean, I love these guys, but
Exactly.
in the back of my mind, I'm just like, you're one of them. You know. Sorry. My brother lives in Philly. He's like, you don't come visit very much. It's like, I don't. That's right. Kind of thing. You're up there in the enemy's den. The pit of vipers. Up there.
You're a Giants fan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
So I'm a terrible Giants fan.
The same
Ever
here.
since I met you friggin' people, I don't know if I could throw a football anymore. It's just a shame.
You don't need to throw
I'm
football.
down, Brian. What you talking
Yeah.
about, man?
All right, let's do
Huh?
it. I'll get that tight spiral.
Gary always wants to work out. Let's go play some fucking sports. I'm
something.
down with that,
All right.
man.
Sports.
All right.
Sports ball.
Football, basketball, baseball. I'm ready to go.
I couldn't even name one person on the Giants team. I don't know who their coach is. I don't know anything anymore. It's just sad. It's a terrible state of affairs. Thanks, Ralph.
I know. Right?
It's a good trade-off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what's the problem there?
Yeah.
Well, it's just like right now the NBA Finals is on, and Dave 5 years ago was been plugged to the TV, like like screaming at it. But I'm like, I didn't even know it was on until I checked. I had to check to see what day it was on. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I mean the toy show, like I said, it would have been more fun if you guys were there, but it was good to just go back to that venue. It had been a year and a half. Also, Supergirl was there. I talked to her for a bit. She actually wrote a novel recently.
Is she single, Brian?
No, she's engaged.
She
but,
wasn't engaged 5 years ago.
Yeah, but she was probably like 17 5 years ago.
Oh.
But no, she wrote a novel and
It's called
and
Please Stop Talking to Me, Creeps.
yeah, maybe. But
No, I'm just kidding.
But no, it was really, really interesting. It's basically imagine a superhero back in like the Egyptian times, like when, like with Moses and freeing the Jews from the God, who leads the Egyptians? The pharaohs and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's very, very interesting. So we chatted
Rama
about
Tut.
that, stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Or Apocalypse.
right.
What would become Apocalypse or whatever.
Yep.
Whatever his name
And,
was before that.
Yeah. So it was a pretty
Months,
interesting opportunity. Like, I had never talked to anybody who wrote a book before, and with this being her first book, she was actually really interested in getting like feedback from somebody.
You have talked to somebody that wrote a book before.
What's that?
You have talked to somebody that wrote a book before.
Um,
Your boy Vernon Gibbs wrote a book.
Yeah,
The guy that you grew up with, that you introduced us to.
it's right there.
Look,
that book?
Uh huh.
look.
Right there.
This
See?
one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That book?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you could read this. It's more
Uh-huh.
pictures.
Well,
I'll have to ask him about
Sorry,
his
I'm being really
inspiration.
little today, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm just
You,
So-
you get it.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah.
You gotta learn somehow.
So anyway, it was.
So are you gonna buy a
That's
copy
good.
of her book?
Well, I already got it. It's
Mm.
online. So.
What's it about?
I just told you.
I wasn't listening.
Rama Tut. Is it-
Oh yeah, you said about the Egyptian.
You can go back and
Moses
re-listen
god.
to the
Yeah,
show.
that's it.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
thought I got the conversation mixed up. Sorry.
Yeah. So
I thought she
anyway,
dressed up as one of those things or something like that.
Fucking stoner.
so that was a that was
Fucking
actually
stoner, man.
that was a good conversation
Had to.
actually. So
I had to.
Edibles kicked in while I was on the show. Sorry.
and yeah. So anyway, we're just sitting here rambling now, and
Yeah.
I'm
Gary
ready
needs to go to bed.
I'm ready to be done talking because my throat is dry. This
Yeah,
beer
the
dried
three of
out.
them knuckleheads are up to something because they got quiet all of a sudden. Tripping. But yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock, but I think I'm going to call it. So I don't know if you guys are going to still hang out
So
or
let's
not.
call it. Let's push that button.
Oh, go ahead.
It's a-
Gary, where can they find you?
I'm on Facebook. You can find me there.
All right, Dave.
Same. Find me on Facebook. You can find me here. Hopefully every week going forward. Good to be back. Good to see all your faces and talk to you guys again. Good to see everybody in the chat. Thanks for the well wishes, and I can't wait till next week.
It's good to see your face, dude.
Thanks.
I know.
Always good to see your face. I missed it.
I can't believe you're still like clean shaven and have like a good haircut and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I do it for you guys, man. You
That's
know?
just saying.
And it's like, I don't know. I feel it's thicker with two
Well-
C's.
Might be a little thicker.
Yeah.
I'm a little thinner, so that could be it too.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Maybe.
Mhm.
JD,
I
where
have a
can they
neck this week.
find you?
In lorazepam binge, maybe? I don't know. No, we're not going to do that. Pigment surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live, and Shelf Gravy here tomorrow night.
Nice.
Is it a date? We're going to finish a
A
throne
throne.
and give it away.
We need a trivia question. He
Yeah.
wants to know if there's a hang hour.
Hang hour.
I'll hang out
Hang
for
hour?
a bit.
All right. I'll throw
Yeah,
the link
try
out.
to. Still got to get these dogs. Yeah. Anyway, I'll hang out for a minute.
All right. You can find me at Brian Brink. That's not where you can find me. At Brink Laser on IG. And Brian Brink in the Realm group. And happy birthday, Dom.
Happy birthday, Don.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Dom.
Dom.
And we're
Better
out.
be enjoying that cake.
Better be drunk,
Wink.
motherfucker.
Wink.
Say it with me now. Really?